What's up, it's you? For today's video, with a full Pseudo Ghost type Pokemon team. We're going to be doing a team all based around Pokemon that could possibly have a Ghost typing. For example, Rotom. Now, obviously, this is all based on my opinion, but if you can think of any other Pokemon that could possibly be a Ghost type that isn't, please leave below in the comment section and maybe give a little bit of reasoning too. If you want to check me out on Twitch, make sure you do. That's where I do all my live streams, my Pokemon sweeps, theme teams, any other salty entertainment. This is the place, people. There's only one place you can find it. And if you miss the salt, it's not my fault. So we got 3 battles today. I made up for yesterday's. I was actually going to put this up yesterday, but I was feeling a little bit tired, and I was like, you know what, I'll just do it the next day with 3 battles. So we got a battle here. This one's against Malzwa, and we got a Lycanroc lead. So I've got my first Ghost type Pokemon, or Fire Ghost Pokemon, as Ninetales. Now, firstly, I've got to say this, right? Ninetales shiny with its purple tips on its tail definitely looks very ghostly and scary-like, right? And it also learns a lot of ghost moves. So we got Hex as a ghost type move, and some reason Will-O-Wisp, I mean, that could be, I feel like that could be a fire and a ghost type move at the same time. So this set was all based around actually statusing the opponent and using Hex. So we had combination of Will-O-Wisp, and we had Scorching Sands there as well. So it was a pretty fun set. Max speed and max special attack, timid nature on this one. Now it also has some backstory about it having like a, spirit, like having like spirits and mystery dungeon, and I'm not going to explain the whole spiel of it. You can actually look that up yourself, or you may already know, right? But that's why I did it as a ghost type, a ghost and a fire type, right? So we're going to be going for Scorching Sands on the Lycanroc, hoping I can actually get a burn here. Then I can go for Hex, but it's still doing a fair bit of damage anyway, right? Now, Lycanroc set up the Sandstorm, and now it's going to be using the Tail Slap here. Now, Tail Slap isn't doing a lot of damage, but it is actually hitting me a lot of times. So that was 4 Tail Slaps there against my Ninetales, doing a fair bit of damage. I'm going to be going for a final Scorching Sands, and the Lycanroc is going to be going down there. I was expecting maybe a Rock-type move and Ninetales getting melted in one shot, but it doesn't matter because I definitely know a Rock-type move is going to be coming away because my opponent is running a theme team here, which is another Lycanroc. So here comes into Cellrock, and Ninetales is going to get melted. Nothing I could do there. It took one Pokemon out, and I was happy about that, right? So that's my Ghost and Fire type Pokemon. Also, I will mention one thing too. I tried to make unique typings for every single Pokemon, so I didn't double up, right? That was sort of the whole thing. So I couldn't have another Ghost and a Fire type. Remember that before you leave a comment. So in the past, right, Rotom was a Ghost type, but they changed it around. So in the past, all the Rotom forms, or other than the basic one, of course, we had them as Electric and Ghost, right? So all of them were Electric and Ghost. Then they changed them in the future. So they kept the normal one as Electric and Ghost and changed all the other ones around. So we got Rotom Wash here. So now Rotom Wash is Electric and Water, right? Whereas before it would have been Electric and Ghost. I thought I'd include this one for a little bit of nostalgia, right? Because it definitely can fit the Ghost mold because it was a Ghost in the past. So I thought that'd be a fun one to do. So we're running a Choice Scar set here, and it's also got Spite on there as a Ghost type move, and it's also got Poltergeist too. Now, we got a Cellrock Lycanroc here. It's not doing a lot of damage. What I was trying to do, right, is to get rid of all the PP on a Cellrock, and I was going to try and make it struggle. I thought that'd be quite a fun thing to do. So I tricked off the Choice item to it, and we're going to be going into Slowking now because I thought this was going to be a Ghost and Psychic type when I first seen it, right? Not instead of a Ghost and, Poison type. It definitely looks like a Ghost type Pokemon, and it's even got a move called Eerie Spell, which for some reason is Psychic, not Ghost, right? And that's why I generally put it on this team for those reasons. So we got Block here. What I'm going to be doing is blocking that Lycanroc in, and now Lycanroc is trapped into only using a Cellrock, which isn't hitting right really, really hard. Now with this set, what I can do, right, is I can go for Slack Off and get all my health back, and then I can kind of trap the opponent with Block, and then I can go for Eerie Spell or drop their PP further. Hopefully I might be able to get a struggle KO on the Lycanroc maybe before I take it out. So go for the Eerie Spell on Lycanroc. It's a 3-hit KO, and finally they are going to run out of PP and forced into a struggle. That was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful salt right there, and Lycanroc's going to be going down to another Eerie Spell. But I kind of been one of the only people thinking before it got announced with this typing, that was going to be a Ghost type, right? So with first we've had a Ghost and Fire, we've had the Rotom, right, which was a Ghost in the past, but now it's not. So we got that as Ghost and Water type, or Ghost and Electric, however you want to say it. And we've also got the Galar Slowking as the Ghost and Psychic type too. So that's 3 individual typings so far. So we got another Lycanroc. All the forms of Lycanroc's going to be coming in and taking me up right there. We're going to be going into Stack Attacker next as a ghost type. Now, I believe it's got like little spirits inside of those bricks. You can see the little eyeballs there, the little blue eyeballs. So I thought this could be working as a ghost and a rock type. So we got Skill Swap, Steel Beam as a special set, and we got Meteor Beam and Power Herb here. So I got Max Health and Max Special Attack, Quiet Nature, 0 IVs. And we're going to be running under the Trick Room, right? So we got the Trick Room up now. It's like, this is a very, very good opportunity for me to go for... I could go for Steel Beam under the Dynamax, firstly so I don't use like a big chunk of my health up. And it'll also boost my defense. And if I can get a KO, I'll get a double boost of my defense with Beast Boost, making this thing very, very bulky right there. But you can see all the little spirits inside of it. It could work. I believe it's definitely feasible as a, a ghost and a rock type, right? I actually thought I had a chance of being a ghost type too when I first seen it being announced. So Lycanroc is going to go down, giving me a +1 in defense from the Max Steel Spike, and Beast Boost is going to give me another one. So did that critical hit matter? It could have, but I mean, its special attack isn't the greatest in the world, right? That's where Meteor Beam and Power Herb comes in, yeah? So 3 Lycanrocs are down, and here we got another Lycanroc, the Midnight Lycanroc now. So once again, I can just go for my Max Steel Spike, and that should be a 2-hit KO. Now we got a Dynamax Lycanroc here. I was thinking, well, I'd say they'd probably go for a fighting type move, right? And it's not going to do as much as they probably like because I've got +2 in defense already. So I can go for another one that possibly could cancel out a Max Knuckle. And if I feint them, then I'll have another, like I'll have +4, so it'll be crazy. So outspeeding that, obviously under the Trick Room, so that's going to give me +3 in defense. Does a lot of damage to Lycanroc. Very, very nice damage there. And that's going to give me +3. So now Lycanroc can go for a Max Knuckle. That's probably its only option here. I don't know what that's coming off. It could be possibly coming off Brick Break, Close Combat. There's a number of moves it could be using there, right? So they're going to get their +1 in attack. But I'm going to be able to take them out this turn and get another Beast Boost. So they're going to swap their Dynamax Pokemon out. They have to sacrifice their Dynamax. But I guess that'll not give me another +1 in defense, right, from Beast Boost. I still will get another one against the next Lycanroc, but I guess they kind of tried to deny it, but it still did a lot of damage. Like, it's very, very fortunate that I'm so strong against a team with a steel typing. So at this stage, I've got, that's like +4 or 5 in defense now. It's very, very bulky. They're probably going to need to hit me with a special type move or just wait for the Trick Room to run out, right? So the next Pokemon here is the Lycanroc, the next Lycanroc. There's like the normal forms and all the shiny forms, I guess you could say. So Stack Attacker is out of its Dynamax after that barrage of Steel Beams there. I'm going to go for a Steel Beam here. It's my only hope here. We're going to fire out a beam from a PP, and that does a lot of damage there. Taking out another Lycanroc, man. So I lived on 21 health there. Unfortunately, now the Trick Room is going to run out, but boy, it took a lot of Pokemon out there. Oh, also getting another defense raise too. I think we're at +6 now. So bye-bye Trick Room. Now, this is the last Pokemon. This is the Lycanroc we've seen from before, right? Now, they can't Dynamax here, but they can do some pretty good damage to close combat, and Stack Attacker is going to go down there. It has 4 times weakness, but, even without all those boosts there, I think it still would have done. So bye-bye Stack Attacker, but boy, you did some crazy damage. That was my Rock and Ghost type Pokemon. Now, it's time for another Pokemon, which is going to be my Ghost Ice type, which I feel could be Cryogonal. Like, it does look like it's got a little spirit behind it on its face there. Like, just as looks there. So what I did, right, is I swapped the Cryogonal out for a little bit of close combat bait, right? And went into Rotom, because I wanted to make it drop its defenses, like, just one more stage. That'd be very, very handy. Instead, they're going to go for a Stone Mist there, and it's going to land on my Rotom, and Rotom is going to go down. I forgot to nickname my Rotom there, if you were wondering why I didn't nickname it, yeah? So now we're going to go into the, back at the Cryogonal. I'm going to take some Stealth Rock damage. That was sort of the risk of doing that swap there. I decided to take the risk and it didn't work. So we've got Confused Raid, Recover, Acid Armor, and Bind with a Binding Band, right? So I thought, let's go for I don't know, Binding Band or the Confused Ray, and I got outsped because it used Mega Kick instead of Stone Mist, and I was like, okay, maybe it's not No Guard, maybe it's like a different ability, like an Vital Spirit. So we got the Confused Ray happening on Lycanroc now. I'm going to go for Bind. Now, Binding Band, what it does, right, it does more damage each turn on the move Bind, or just like, trapping moves. It's really, really cool item, but you never ever see it. So obviously, Cryogonal is going to get wasted there. I was running a Max Health, Max Special Defensive set on Cryogonal too. Into Marowak as my Ghost and Ground Pokemon. So you can probably guess why I did this. If you can't, I was doing it after, of course, the Marowak in Lavender Town, right? I thought it could go with the ghost typing. So here comes a Mega Kick here on my Marowak. I was running a Max Health, Max Special Defense set with Boomerang and Curse. Curse is the only ghost type move it got as well. That is going to be way too much for the final Lycanroc to live. And that, my friends, is the first battle. I'd say I would have had a much harder time in this game if I didn't have my stack attacker. That almost took out I think it took out 4 of the Pokemon on their team. That was crazy. All right, but a very, very cool battle there. Now, this battle was super crazy. Now, if you remember the video I put out, it would have been maybe a couple of weeks ago. We seen a person with all like shiny lock Pokemon in a Pokemon camp, right? When I was doing my stream, we come across this person randomly on the Wycombe. We remembered that the username was the same thing, and we had a battle against him. I'm not going to say anymore. Let's just do this battle. It was just, I don't even know. It's crazy. So we got the Snorlax leader. Of course, it's shiny. We're going to go for the burn here on Snorlax right now. I can't do it like lots and lots of damage with the Hex here, obviously, because it's a normal type. So I've got to go for Scorching Sands, right? Now, Snorlax is going to go for Substitute. It's like, okay, maybe they've got a Berry or Gluttony or something like that. Maybe it's going to go for Belly Drum. Now, Snorlax is going to go for Protective. So we've got Sub and Protect. It's like, okay, Sub and Protect. That's interesting. So they've only got 2 attacking moves, or possibly 1, right? So go for Burning Jealousy here. That's not going to do any damage at all. Now, Burning Jealousy was there in case the opponent did actually raise their stat. I could get 100% burn on, then I could go for Hex. So it was quite a fun set based around Hex, which I thought was cool. Now, I think they got Thick Fat as the ability. Then they go for Gastras, and I'm like, wait a second. They've got Substitute, Protect, and Gastras. They haven't even used an attacking move yet. I wonder what their attacking move is. Maybe this is Body Slam, right? So I go for another Burning Jealousy. Once again, there wasn't a lot I could do to Snorlax. I was really just trying to break its up. Then Snorlax went for a Belly Drum. I'm like, hang on. It doesn't have any attacking moves at all. It's just I don't even know what this is. It's just a pure troll set. Like, the entire chat was erupting with laughter at this point, right? So, Protect, Substitute, Gastro Acid, Belly Drum, Snorlax, only on PIMPNITE channel. So, I couldn't figure out what was happening here. I think they just basically joined the battle, right, to try and troll me during the live stream. But things did happen. Trust me, people. Things did happen. Now, once again, if you haven't seen the hacked Pokemon camp video, I think it was about a week or 2 back there. You can just search it on my channel. I think I called it like, I found a hacker's Pokemon camp, something like that. So next Pokemon is the Mimikyu, right? So they're obviously just playing around, trying to get some like reactions out of me on stream. Like, okay, I'm not going to let them beat me though. So I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. They're going to go for Copycat. So they're going to copycat the Will-O-Wisp. Now, that would have been bad if I went for like Scorching Sands, because that would have been super effective. Now Mimikyu's going to swap out here, and they send out a Palisand called No. And we couldn't figure out why, though, it exceeded the nickname limit. But then we're like, wait, it's 12 no's. If you look really, really closely, it's actually 12 no's as a symbol. So they had 12, like each no was a symbol, like the word no, so it was like 12 of them. I've never actually seen a nickname like this before, but I guess you can do it normally. It just looks so weird. Someone got to try that out, though, see if we can actually do that. So they're going to go for a stockpile there, boosting the defense there. It's going to be a stalling set. I think they just generally want to try and stall me out and be a general pain in the bum on stream, right, for some salt. Which is fine, right, because I can easily go for a Will-O-Wisp thing, hit them with a Hex, right. Now what they're going to do is go for a Recycle, right. So they're going to try and recycle their Citrus Berry and get that one back, right. So now they can get the Citrus Berry back right away. So they're clearly just trying to stall me out, right? But don't worry, people. I didn't lose my spirit, right? There should be a Miss Spirit up on the screen when I said that. Anyway, so we're going to go for a Hex here. Hex is going to be double base power, but they did get a boost from the stockpile, so they are going to be able to live that one. Now, they're going to go for Scorching Sands, but it didn't work because I've got an Air Balloon, right? So maybe they didn't notice that I had an Air Balloon. Or maybe they didn't have any other moves to hit me, like the Belly Drum Snorlax with no attacking moves at the start. Anyway, down goes the Palisand, right? And that is another Pokemon now. So far, I'm like, what even is this battle? Like, what is going on right now? Now, the next Pokemon to come in here is Yushasian Aleki. It's not a bad nickname. It's very, very fast. I get that. And now they're going to go for finally an attacking move being Thunder Cage. And that does a whopping amount of damage to my Ninetales. Almost one-shotting me there. And, of course, breaking my Air Balloon. Now, I do have Scorching Sands. Scorching Sands is a clean 2-hit KO there. I am going to take some extra damage from the Thunder Cage here. And now Reguleki's going to pop me off there with a, I nearly said Shadow Ball there. Electro Ball. So bye-bye Ninetales. I mean, you did a good job there. You took a Snorlax out. I mean, Snorlax took itself out. And I took out the Palisand, right? Next Pokemon we got is the Kraganoth. I could take this move fairly easy. Then I should be able to take this out with a bind. Go for that bind, then go for the binding band, right? So here we go. Let me show you like the power of binding band. So bind itself doesn't do a lot of damage, right? Now, I am going to get some extra damage. Like, look at the damage that it does there, right? It does a lot more damage than a usual bind would do. So here comes the Thunder Cage here. Crocodile, once I said, was a very bulky special defensive set. And I was able to live that one. And I was actually able to get a recover off here before, of course, the Thunder Cage took me out. And the bind will take out the Reggie Lecky there. So getting over half my health back, which is good. So bind is going to be kicking in first there. And Eurasian Lecky is not going to be doing any more running after that one. So bye-bye. That's 2 Pokemon down right there. Of course, the Reggie Lecky was shiny too. Next Pokemon is the Magikarp. And of course, it's shiny. And it's called like Finding Nemo. So we got the Magikarp go for a bounce here. I was like, okay, the only attacking move I've got on my Crocodile is bind, right? I've got to take this Magikarp out with a bind. Now, Magikarp's going to go for a bounce. I thought, well, I'm probably going to get paralyzed here knowing my luck. And I did, and I was like, that's very, very good. So binding that Magikarp, giving it a good squeeze there. Look at that squeeze. That's a big squeeze. So squeezing that Magikarp, and look at the damage bind does with the binding band. Like, look at that damage. So I estimate probably about a 4 to 5 hit KO. Probably about 4 hit KO after I did the bind and the binding damage, right? So here comes a Hydro Pump. It's going to be doing nothing at all. Magikarp probably better hit me with like a physical move, right? And we're going to get some more bind damage up on there. So it's doing very, very nicely. I was hoping I could take the Magikarp out before the bind actually stopped working right. So here comes another Hydro Pump, and it does 2 damage to Crocodile again. We're going to go for yet another bind here. But I don't know. I feel like Crocodile does have like a ghost behind it, like its eyes and stuff like that. Definitely looks like the ghost. And those little balls it's got there, they're like floating in the air. Could definitely be a ghost, like easily in my opinion. So now we can go for another bind here on the Magikarp. Now I want to say this because I know someone in the comment section is going to say it already. I wanted to put Darkrai into this team. Darkrai was my first pick. Definitely my first pick, but of course it's not in the game, so I can't do that. Now, Magikarp is going to be going for a flail here. It almost takes me out. And my final bind, right? It freed itself from the bind and took me out with a flail. Unfortunately, bind finished before I could go for another recover. So bye-bye, Crocodile. I lost to a Magikarp. It's not going to be the first time, and it's not going to be the last time. So we're going to go to Rotom. I can easily take this out. I'm just going to go for Poltergeist here. Oh, the EVs. I forgot to say what these were. Now, this was a max health, max attack set with Choice Scarp as the item Animatronic. Its physicals isn't really that good. It's very shallow too. So it was nice that it actually got Poltergeist as a physical move. Now the next Pokemon here and their last Pokemon reveal is Hawlucha. Like, well, what is this set going to be? So go for Poltergeist, obviously outspeedy there. And it's got weakness policies. I'm like, okay, I'm definitely not going to hit that with a super effective attack, right? So Poltergeist is about, it's about a 3 hit K. Then they went for a Roost. I'm like, at this point, they were stream sniping, by the way. Now what that means is that while I'm doing my Pokemon battles, they're watching what moves I pick during the stream, right? So that's what they knew that I'd go for attacking moves, so they just went for Roost. So what I did, right, is let's go into Ghost and Ground here. I'm going to go for a Smackdown, then go for the Boomerang with them. So they're going to go for the Sword Dance there on the swap. I'm like, okay, this is probably going to be, this is going to be what their best Pokemon on the team is. Go for Smackdown there. What's going to happen now is I'm going to actually be able to, use my Ground-type moves on the Hawlucha. Hawlucha's got +4 in attack. This is really, really bad. If it's got any forms of, decent moves, I'm in a lot of trouble here. So I went for Curse to bolster my attack. I need 1 Curse, and I need a Boomerang probably to take this out. I've got the ability as Battle Armor too, so I can't be critted. So here comes a Drain Punch. Marowak's got good defense, and I'm also running max health, so I'm actually able to live that one, which is very, very good there. Now, Hawlucha's going to have all of its health back. I'm going to go for the Boomerang right here. It lands, which is very good. That first hit does pretty good damage, but the second hit is not going to be enough to take it out. I needed 2 Boomerangs to take this Hawlucha rabbit. Now, so Hawlucha's going to go for a Drain Punch, and Marowak is going to be going down. That was a max health and max. It wasn't max attack. Actually, that was max health, max special defense. So I had a lot of bulky special defense Pokemon on this team. Now I've just realized it, right? So bye-bye Marowak, and in comes my Rotom. So okay, what I'm going to be doing, right? I got to lock this into one move, right? I can't allow it to use another move. So we're going to go for the Choice Scarf, because it might go for a Roost again, you know what I mean? So I got that weakness policy, and I gave them the Choice Scarf. They're going to outspeed me anyway, so it doesn't matter. So Rotom gets absolutely annihilated there, and Hawlucha's going to get all of its health back. This is starting to become a very big threatening Pokemon. So they started off trying to meme me at the start and make me salty, that sort of thing, and now they're going full sweat with the Hawlucha. So into my final Pokemon that can actually do anything. I've got one more Pokemon left, of course. So I was like, let's go for Dynamax Slowking here. Then I can go for an Eerie Spell which should take this out in one shot. And since they're locked into Drain Punch, I know that I can definitely live that one, right? Because I'll resist that heavily. So that was the plan with the Rotom and the Slowking combination right there. So here comes the, obviously the Drain Punch there. It's going to do no damage at all. I mean, I didn't even need a Dynamax here. I just wanted to make sure this thing would go down in one shot, right? So I go for that Max Mind Swap, and Hawlucha is going to be going down. The last Pokemon we got here, right, is the Mimikyu. Now, Mimikyu didn't really show off too much there. All it showed was it had Copycat, right? So I wasn't really sure if it had any other moves. But they haven't Dynamax yet either, so they could potentially go for the Dynamax on their Mimikyu, and if they've got a Ghost-type move, it could do, like, you know, a fair bit of damage from run. So we got 3 minutes left, Heavy Ball Mimikyu, and now we're going to go and see what move it's going to use. I'm assuming they must have some sort of Ghost-type move here, right? And I also want to break the disguise on the Mimikyu. If I can do that, then I can land some decent attacks on it, right? And it also will lose a bit of health from the burn, and of course, after I break the disguise too, right? So here comes a Max Phantasm. I've got no idea what sort of move this is going to be. It really doesn't do a lot of damage to me either, so it's like, okay, maybe it's... I don't know, maybe it's like a special set. I'm not really sure, right? They're going to take a little bit of damage there. I think they've got Life Orb, and here comes the Max Phantasm from me. And that's obviously not going to do anything because it's got the Disguise up. And Disguise is now busted, right? I also dropped the defense of the Mimikyu too. If I've got any physical moves, you know, that might help. So bye-bye Disguise. And hello Mimikyu. I can finally do some damage against it, right? So it's going to lose some health there, and it's going to lose some more health from the Will-O-Wisp as well. Now, they're going to go for Max Knuckles. So like, okay, they're running a physical set, right? That's fine. And they're going to boost their attack up. So maybe it was Shadow Sneak, right? Maybe that was just coming off Shadow Sneak, and they got, like, I don't know, like Drain Punch or something like that, right? So I can go for Max Phantasm here, and I can finally see how much damage I'll do to him, and it was a decent chunk of damage. I was very, very happy about that. Now, Slowking is going to be out of Dynamax this turn, and Mimikyu will be able to attack it when it's in Dynamax, so it's going to do a fair bit of damage to me. In fact, it could probably take my Slowking out from here. Then I only have got, like, one more Pokemon left. So here comes a Max Phantasm on my Slowking, and it indeed does get dropped there. They've definitely got a physical set, and they've got a +1 too, and a lost Dynamax, so it sort of makes sense there. So we're down to the last 50 seconds of this battle. Mimikyu doesn't have a lot of health left itself there, and I've got my Ghost Rock, which is Stack Attacker. I believe I could take a Max Knuckle here and take them out with a Steel Beam. That was my that was my only hope here. So go for the Steel Beam since it was 100% actually. Here comes the Drain Punch like I thought they would have. That does a lot of damage to me, but it is not enough, and they're going to get some sustain from that too. So giving them over half health. If I don't take this out right here, right now, that is game, and I lose to the Hacker Troll, right? So firing our Steel Beam right out of my PP once again, and Mimikyu is going to get dropped. And then, my friends, this is the game. I live on 9 health there. That was so crazy. What a crazy end to the battle. Like, after that, like, big trolling start there with the Snorlax. And thank you, Phoenix, whoever you are. Thank you for the battle. At least they didn't DC, right? You got to give them that. Okay, let's get on to the third and final battle here. I'm just going to take a real quick drink there. That's some nice G Fuel there. If you do want to save on your G Fuel, you can use code SALT for 10% off. There's so many great flavors. The link is in the description of the video too. Just had to do a G Fuel plug right there. Now, this is the battle against 3DD. This one was on my Twitch stream here. And we got an Aerodactyl lead. So greatest matchup in the history of Pokemon, right? Basically, I'm going to go down to a Rock Throw here. So let's go for Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp is going to Will-O-Miss. Now we got a Meteor Beam Aerodactyl. I'm like, oh no, this is bad. This is very, very bad. Because if this has a Power Herb, I'm going to get an attack this turn. And of course, it's got a Power Herb. So Ninetales is going to take the full brunt of a Meteor Beam from an Aerodactyl. Now, granted, Aerodactyl's special attack isn't anything to write home about. But after a +1 and stab and such a high amount of base power on that move, Ninetales gets obliterated there. So that's a really, really bad start. Poor Ninetales. So now, it's time for the Stack Attacker Trick Room strategy again, right? So we're going to take our Iron Hair there. Doesn't do too much, but they flinch me. It's like, oh no, here we go. So here comes a Crunch. It was a mix set, so very, very interesting right there. They had Meteor Beam, a Crunch, and Iron Hair. And it's like, okay, maybe they've got a Flying type move as well. I'm not too sure. Now we got the Aerodactyl swapping out here. Oh, also, I think they may have had some sort of theme team. If you can sort of think what it is, let me know. Oh, at the start, I was kind of thinking like, okay, well, Rockslide's Aerodactyl's move it gets. Recover is Lileep's move there. I thought it was a Cradily for a second there because the shiny Cradily, shiny Lileep looks exactly the same as normal Cradily. It's like a troll shiny. Anyway, so firing another laser out of my PP there at the Lileep. Lileep's very, very bulky, right? So it tanks that one very, very nicely. So I thought, okay, if I do another one here and if they do recover, I'm just going to be taking myself out. So let's do the Dynamax Stack Attack again. It worked well, against all those Lycanrocs, so maybe it'll work well against this team, right? And here we go, people. I'm going to look at all the little, spirits inside of it. I definitely feel like it could be a ghost type. Okay. Now, I'm going to be going for Max Steel Spike here. This is not only going to boost my defense, it's going to do a lot of damage here, and Lileep is going to go down. So once again, I'm going to get a double boost in my defense there. Beast Boost is such a strong ability. Who thought that was going to be balanced? Seriously, who thought that was even going to be balanced there? I guess the thing that balances it about Stack Attacker is its speed, right? But under Trick Room, it's very, very crazy. Now, this is where it sort of I was lost here, right? Why is it called Blizzard for? Amistar's not known for using Blizzard, you know what I mean? So that's where I got lost with this team. I thought I got it with the first two Pokemon, but if someone could sort of think of what they mean there, let me know. It'd just be kind of interesting. Or maybe 3DD, if you leave a comment there in the comment section. I'd always read through my comments, so maybe you can leave it, what this team actually is. Or it may not even be a team. I'm not too sure, but I feel like it is. So down goes the Master to the another Max Steel Spike there. It was a physical one, which was unlucky for them because I had so many defensive boosts. If it was a special one, I would have got absolutely annihilated. Next Pokemon here is the Kabutops. It's okay, Kabutops called Night Slash. I mean, I wouldn't call it to be known for using Night Slash. I don't really know. And now it's going to be a special Kabutops, only on Penalized Shadow, and Surf dominates my Stack Attacker and is going to take it out. So very nice there. A special Kabutops. I like that. Nice. Now, the next Pokemon I thought would be very good here would be my Rotom, right? Because we all know that it's a ghost type still. I still don't... I'm trying to think why they swapped it around. For balance? I'm not really sure right there. Or they just decided, okay, well, it's a washing machine, right? We're going to make it into a water type, right? And we'll keep the electric and take away the ghost. You know what I mean? So, and instead of having it ghost and water, we'll have it as... ghost and, electric and water instead, right? So what I did, right, is I tricked it the Choice Scarf and I thought, let's get some damage of Poltergeist, right? The Kabutops actually is using Mega Drain here. I always found it funny how that could learn Mega Drain because it's 4 times weak to grass type moves, right? Which is really, really interesting. We're going to be going for a Poltergeist here. Poltergeist is a 4-hit KO around this range. They're trying to get their health back from Mega Drain, but it's probably just not going to be enough, to take out, just to sustain the damage that I'm doing with Poltergeist. They might be able to stall out one turn of Poltergeist, but that's going to be about it, right? Maybe their set's done. Once they got the Choice Scarf, it's done. It can't really do too much damage there. I'd say, they'd have a special rock type move. I'd say they probably have something like Ancient Power and Surf. They had Surf already, so Mega Drain, they had Surf, Ancient Power, something like even Meteor Beam, if it gets Meteor Beam. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't, right? Because a lot of rock type Pokemon get it. So here comes their final Mega Drain. They did a pretty good effort there considering how, weak Mega Drain is. And they're going to be going down to the next hit there. So bye-bye Kabutops. A pretty cool shiny actually on Kabutops and a cool Pokemon in general. I'm actually thinking about doing a revamped fossil team. I am, but I have to decide which fossils to use. Maybe I should use I don't know, maybe I should do 2 versions of it or some of the new fossils that came into the game in the DLCs. I don't know. What do you think would be a cool fossil team? Leave a comment there if you're interested in it. So we got a big root Cradily here. I was like, oh boy, this is going to be really, really tanky. Poltergeist does nothing. And now we got the Cradily go for a Giga Drain there. That is going to take my Rotom out, almost living on 3 health. So what can I do against this Cradily? What moves can I do to take it out? It's going to be probably silly bulky with Big Root and Giga Drain. Obviously that increases the amount of health you get back from draining type style moves there, right? Here comes another Giga Drain. Rotom Wash is going to be going down, or Ghost and Water is going to be done. I mean, what do you think? Ghost and Water or Ghost and Electric? It could be either one of them. That's why I sort of left that one open right there. Whatever you think, right? It did lose its Ghost typing, so maybe it could be Electric and Ghost again, or could it be Water and Ghost? I feel like Water and Ghost would be better for it because it's still a Water type Pokemon, and you have the Ghost type, and you get rid of the Electric type. But I don't know. It's just one of those cool sort of things, right? I like actually catching all the appliances in 4th Gen too. That was really cool. So we got this matchup here with the Cradilly and the Marowak here. I've got the Moringa Berry as the item, if I didn't mention that before. If I get hit by a special type, it boosts my special defense by 1 stage here. So I go for the Boomerang here. Boomerang doesn't do very good damage. I think I'm going to need a lot of critical hits here, or a lot of boost from Curse actually to take out. Even 1 crit there was like nothing, right? So Cradilly can freely get like big damage on the Giga Drain, and it can get lots of health back here. I don't think it may not actually have recovery. It may just be relying on Giga Drain to get its health back with the big brute, right? That's what I'm starting to think. So go for some more Bonerangs. I'm trying to get the Cradilly down to a manageable amount of health, so I can bring a Pokemon in and just take it out, right? I thought it would be bad setting up curses because, say I get Curse and then I go for like, you know, Rest and Sleep Talk, I'm probably not going to get it, right? I always get Rest with Sleep Talk. It happens all the time. Now we're going to go to Psychic type, which is Slowking, and I thought maybe we could get some, maybe I could get rid of the PP on this Ancient Power, right? So Ancient Power's only got 8 PP at most, right? So I thought, let's go for maybe a Shadow Ball, then an Eerie Spell. Shadow Ball to try and drop the Special Defense, maybe, and then the Eerie Spell. So Shadow Ball does nothing. They're spamming Ancient Power now to try and get a boost, obviously, right? I go for another Shadow Ball here, just in case they do have a recovery move outside of the Giga Drain there. And I get one, which is very, very lucky there. So bye-bye, special defense drop on the Cradilly. They're desperately trying to get that Ancient Power boost. It's not happening. Today I was doing battles, right? I did 70 Ancient Powers and I got 2 boosts. 70 Ancient Powers and 2 boosts. Out of all the battles that I did, it was wild, like such a low chance if someone wants to calc that one up. So we finally got rid of the Cradilly. Wait, there was a Cradilly and there was a Lily, just to troll me. And this is a fossil type team as well, right? I get that it's a fossil type team, but why were they called those things for? You know what I mean? Like, why were they called that? I'm not too sure. So anyway, we got this Aurorus as the last Pokemon, and it's going to be a Dynamax Aurorus, yeah. So at this stage, right, it did take a lot of time here. So we were getting kind of low on time. I was wondering how I'm going to take this Aurorus out, right? Aurorus could actually set the hail up here, and it could hit like really, really hard too. So maybe they could have Refrigerate, and they could have, like just the Ice type move as well, or like a normal type move. So firstly, here comes the Max Lightning, and that's not going to take my Slowking out, I don't think. But then it did. I'm like, man, that did a lot of damage to me. You know, it must be definitely max special attack. So bye-bye Slowking. I've got one more Pokeball left there, and we've only got like 2 minutes of the battle left. And there's still another Pokemon left after this too, being the Aerodactyl. So we got the bulky Crocodile here. I was like, okay, I'm pretty confident I can lift this. Let's go for a Confused Ray, right? I might be able to stall their Dynamax out purely with Confusion, yeah? So we've got those big chickens floating around Aurorus' head. They look beautiful, by the way. And here comes a Max Rock from my... this is bad. I should be able to live this, but it'll do a lot. Crocodile just lives there, only just, and the sand is going to be going up too. I was like, oh no. So I can go for a recover this turn, but I know if I get hit by that again, I'm definitely going to faint. So I'm going to need my opponent to get hit in Confusion here. Then I've only got Bind left to take them out. So I'm in a bind here. I've got to say, I'm definitely in a bind. So those big chickens are floating around once again, and unfortunately, they don't actually get confused, but they go for the Max Hailstorm instead. So I'm assuming they did that to get the hail up on the field, right, to benefit them. Now, the sand is going to go, and the Crocodile is still going to be alive here, but we are out of time here because there's only I think there's only 1 minute left, and my opponent still has 40 seconds left, and my opponent only has still has 2 Pokemon left here, right? So I thought, okay, maybe they're going to go for their Rock type move here, and it's going to be, of course, Ancient Power. And Ancient Power is not going to be very nice on my Crocodile, and it's going to faint. Thank you for the battle there, Toro. I couldn't do anything to your Aurorus at all. Hope you enjoyed all 3 of these theme teams. I'll be back tomorrow for yet another new theme. Peace out, people.